Hi, my name's Tom Sychek with Forethought Marketing, and I'm here to talk to you today about cross-stack segmentation using 4Segments. You may ask, what is cross-stack segmentation? Well, we're going to tell you about that today. First of all, the notion of cross-stack segmentation involves understanding what your marketing stack is, as well as being able to move information between the stack. So there are two problems that we have today when we look at segmentation in the marketing automation world. First of all, segmentation in most tools today is not visual. It's very text-based. Secondly, you can't move the information from one system to another very easily. Let me talk about both of these problems and show you exactly what I mean. First of all, here's an example from Eloqua. This is arguably the largest, most popular marketing automation tool today on the market. And if you look at it, you need to know, in order to segment or in order to filter information, you need to know fields, you need to know values, you need to know a lot of information just to get to the filter. Here's another example from Salesforce.com, the largest CRM system. In some respects, these things look very similar. You need to know the same kind of information, but the tool is different. It's not the same tool. It's still very text-based, still very information-based. Here's HubSpot, another example, a very popular tool today. You need to know ands and ors and field names. And again, with Marketo, same thing. Look up at the top here. You need to know 1 and 2 and 3 or 4. You have to understand Boolean logic. This is not intuitive. This is not visual. What do I mean by visual? Well, these tools aren't visual. What is? Here's an example. Let's say that you want to get the 5 most western states, plus you want to get the states around Illinois and Florida, and find all the contacts that you have. Now, this sentence here tells you exactly what that is. It's kind of hard to read, understand exactly what you're talking about. What if I showed you a map? You can see exactly which states I'm talking about. It quickly identifies for you the number of contacts in those 5 states. This is visual. Another example. You have a query, you want to find out how many people are in high tech, you want to find out how many people are in California, you want to find the intersection, you have to know how big they are, what the size of each of them is. Hard to understand. You got 3 different queries you got to do. How about if I gave you a Venn diagram that showed you exactly how big the high-tech audience was, how big California was, and easily see the intersection between those two, so you know exactly how many people in California are in high tech. This is the value of visual. What about the second problem we're talking about? Cross-stack segmentation. Let me give you a little history about the marketing stack. In 2011, there were about 150 tools in the marketing world. You had about 150 different systems as a marketer that were available to you to help you do your job. A year later, that had more than doubled to 350. In 2013, it had tripled to 1,000, and a year later, it doubled again to 2,000. In 2016, at the beginning of the year, there were about 3,500 tools, and at the end of the year, it almost doubled again. There are 5,700 tools in the marketing world today, and that number is just growing every day. Marketing stack is a problem. If you have any of these tools and you're trying to move data between them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Most people have many more than 1 or 2. Most have maybe 5 or 10. There are people who have as many as 30 or 35 different tools in their marketing stack. It's gotten so bad that people are taken to putting together a diagram to show what their stack looks like. A visual diagram of their marketing stack. Again, to show you how complex their marketing stack really is. Here's a sample from Demandbase. Here's another example from Cognified. Each of these different representations shows you the complexity of a marketing stack. It's gotten so bad, there's now a Stacky Award given to the company that can best represent their marketing stack. So what are the issues, the commonalities between these marketing stack elements? Well, first of all, most of these tools have a list of contacts, and they're not compatible. You can't move that information, right? You can't look at one system's contacts in the other system. As we said earlier, it's very difficult to segment. They're text-based segmentation tools. They're different from system to system. If you want to segment in system A and system B, you have to learn both tools. There's no common tool across all members of the marketing stack. So what's in your stack today? Well, most people start with their CRM system, their marketing automation tool, and try to integrate those tools. A simple integration. But as you know, if you've tried to do any type of integration, integrations on their own are not simple. What happens when you add other tools? the amount of work just increases geometrically. Marketers need to segment in a common, easy-to-use tool across their entire marketing stack, one tool that works for all systems, and then move the results of that segmentation to the place where they need them. We do that with 4Segments. This is visual cross-stack segmentation. You can take information from any system, manipulate it intuitively and graphically, here, a Venn diagram, and then move it to whichever tool, whichever member of your marketing stack needs that information. You can do it with maps. We have several different types of tools available to you: maps, funnels, matrices, waterfall diagrams, Venn diagrams. All of these work intuitively. They're easy to use regardless of where the data comes from. It's one segmentation tool for all of your stack members, and the ability to then move that information where it's needed today when you need it. So what's next for you? Well, first figure out what's in your stack. You may have 4 tools, you may have 15, you may have 30. Figure out what's in your stack. Then decide if you need to segment your contacts. And guess what? Who doesn't need to segment their contacts? That's what you do. And then decide if you need to move those contacts from one system to another. And again, who doesn't need to move their contacts where they need them? If all that's true for you, give us a call. We can solve your cross-stack segmentation problem with 4Segments. Give us a call at 888-ELOQUA4. Check us out at 4segments.com, or check out one of our other 4Segments videos. Thanks for listening.